Morning, everybody. Coach Brew here, giving you a glimpse into the morning drive. Headed to the gym. Wonderful storm. They estimated anywhere between an inch and a foot of snow today, and this is the front end of it. So, giving you a little look at everything. Gonna start doing more of these morning drive videos. Tell me how you like them. Comment, share, leave a review, all that nonsense. Anyway, thrilled to be able to get back into the gym today after a prolonged neck and back injury has prohibited me from working out, prohibited me from doing much of anything. Finally was able to get out to the range and shoot my bow this weekend, which was absolute heaven. And now back in the gym with my personal trainers, Shelby Turcott and the lovely Miss Kayla Rose. So beautiful Tuesday morning here. Just in case you're wondering, like, oh my gosh, the roads are terrible. No, they're not. Oh my gosh, it's a blizzard. No, it's not. There's like 2-3 inches of snow on the ground. We don't measure storms in inches in Maine. We measure them in feet. Thank you very much. We are a resilient people up here. So yeah, life doesn't stop because of weather is the theme of today's video. You know, whatever you got going on, weather is a convenient excuse not to do it, whatever it might be for you. I'm amazed. When I worked in sales, I was amazed at how many people just didn't go out and make sales calls in storms. And when I say storms, I mean any kind of precipitation falling from the sky. Fog, rain, snow, anything. If it came out of the clouds and landed on the ground, people found an excuse not to go out and make calls, not to go out and prospect, whatever it might be. This is when I worked in radio sales. And my advice to everyone listening on this video, watching this video, who is in sales, and no matter what you do, we're all in sales in some way, shape, or form. The best time to go out and honor your appointments by showing up and being committed. The best time to drop by a prospect, the best time to go cold calling, prospecting, whatever it is actually during a storm. Number one, nobody else is doing it. And number two, the people who see you show up when the conditions are bad have a very favorable impression of you right out of the gates. First impression is made in the first 7 seconds that you meet somebody. In the first 7 seconds you meet somebody, you travel through ice, rain, snow, whatever the conditions might be, to get to their doorstep, to get to their office. You have just differentiated yourself from everyone else in a very big way. Here's a guy, here's a girl that doesn't use the elements as an excuse. Doesn't let a little weather get in the way of them doing their job. Here's somebody that's hungry. Here's a worker. Somebody with the right habits, work ethic. Somebody who shows up when the conditions aren't ideal. Somebody who shows up when others don't. You know, that kind of impression is going to be hard for the next person that calls on them, or maybe their existing vendor who doesn't show up. It's going to be hard for them to overcome the fact that you do that and they don't. So I want you to think about that a little bit. And this is like I'd call it a major artery. It's Main Street in my hometown that leads into my neighboring town. It's not by any stretch of the imagination a big city I live in, but here's my point. It's 8:30 on a Tuesday. I'm the only car on the road for the most part. I think you saw one other car pass by, maybe a truck. The garbage men are out today. The garbage men were at the end of my driveway when I pulled out this morning. They're working, regardless of the elements. What's everyone else's excuse today? That's my question. Well, Coach Brew, why aren't you working? You're going to the gym at 8:30. Yeah, my kids had off school today because of the weather, ironically. And I'm starting my day a little later. I'm also going to end it a little later. So, touche. But here we go. Here's a car pulling out of a neighborhood. But just think about this. These are business hours. These are the money hours for everyone's business. And maybe once we get into the center of town, the view might change for you. Maybe it won't. We'll see. But my point being, what are you doing during the money hours in your business? And what's your competition doing during those same money hours? What do you mean by money hours, Coach Brew? What are the money hours? Well, the money hours are the hours that you can get face-to-face, phone-to-phone, connect electronically, however you need to do it, with your prospects and customers. Typically, around 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you're in a different time zone, that changes things. Yeah, there's a little more traffic here. But those are the money hours. Normal business hours in this fabulous country filled with opportunity that we have. I'm trying to adjust the camera so it doesn't rattle so much. Bear with me. You're getting a fabulous look at my dashboard as well, I understand. But yeah, what are you doing during the money hours that your competition isn't? Because the reality of it is we all have the same, you've heard this a million times, but there's a reason it's a little cliche, because it's freaking true. We all have the same amount of time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with it? That's your competitive advantage. Compared to everyone else, what are you doing with your time? You're either spending it, wasting it, or investing it. When you waste it, it's gone, never to be recovered. Time is your most valuable asset, not your money, your time. It's a depreciating asset. So you're either spending it, investing it, or wasting it. You waste it, you never get it back. You spend it, I hope you spend it on something that you enjoyed or that was worthwhile in the moment. And if you invest it, what happens? You invest in anything, what happens? You get a return, right? You get a return on your investment. I would argue right now, the best return on your investment is to get out and get after it when other people aren't. It's because of the statement it makes. If you're ever in Yarmouth, Maine, you're looking for a great farm-to-table restaurant, see that building across the street? It's called Gather. Farm Fresh Eatery, it says on the sign, if you can read that. It's fabulous. Anyway, and when you go there, order the affogato. That is a scoop of gelato with a shot of espresso poured over it. It's the most decadent, fabulous dessert ever invented anywhere. They make a great one. Anyway, spending time, wasting time, investing time. When you invest, you get a return. And you should be looking as an entrepreneur, a leader, a salesperson, maybe you're a sales manager listening to this, watching this. You should be looking for the highest ROI on your activities, on your time. What is the highest ROI? Have you even considered that? Or are you just randomly sort of going about your day? Get after it with some intentionality. Prioritize what you're doing. And let go of, eliminate, drop whatever isn't serving you well. I just pulled into the parking lot at the gym. And, yeah. You know what? I'm going to wrap this video up right here after I back into my parking space. Can you believe they don't have my parking space labeled with a sign that says reserved for Coach Brew? I'm a little shocked by that too, folks. Anyway, about to sign off. Just want to remind you that your time's your most valuable asset. Use it wisely. Bad weather, the elements, don't let that get in your way. It's called a New England puritanical work ethic for a reason. And this is part of the reason. We don't let in minor details, little things like snow, interfere with our ability to produce. So whatever excuse you got, find a way to eliminate it and get after it today. Coach Brew signing off. Before I sign off, the best thing you can do, if you're not already in my orbit, so to speak, is go to coachbrew.com. And when you go to my website, there's a sign-up bar at the top of it where you can sign up for my free daily email list. It's called the Daily Brew, where you get a leadership performance tip in your inbox every day. It's short, it's of value, it's highly actionable. Here's the best part. When you sign up for the Daily Brew, you actually receive a complimentary copy of my prestigious $49 a month premium monthly newsletter. Anywhere from 12 to 18 pages of content-rich, actionable strategy to help you level up your results. And you get that complimentary PDF download the second you sign up. It'll be delivered to your inbox. And that's kind of the first entree into my world to see if you want to become a member of my community. Anyway, go there, coachbrew.com, sign up, get yourself a complimentary download of the newsletter, and we'll catch you in the next video.